Hello, everyone. This is Linda G. Robert, your Back in the Groove Again coach, here to help you live your best life now so you can love what you do. And this year, I have decided to invite some of my friends for a fun chat. And of course, today I'm meeting with Teri. Now I'm going to introduce Teri. Teri was a psychotherapist for 27 years. That's a long time, Teri. Until becoming, until becoming a transformational money coach in 2013. Interesting. And because of her love of travel and wanting a lifestyle of traveling while working, like that, she recently became an independent travel agent. She's been busy planning travel for herself, her friends, and some clients. And I want to know more. Oh, I know that you went to Italy last year. I know that. So,
I did.
yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting trip. I had friends who said, "Oh, I want to go." Like five different friends said, "I want to go with you," and then they had to, back out at the kind of the last minute. So I kept on moving forward. I thought if I have to go alone, I will.
Yes.
And so I planned to go alone. And then another friend said, "Your trip sounds really fun. Can I go with you?" And I said, "Yeah, but these are my things that I want to do now that I've now that I've spent all this time on, booking it and or not booking it, but planning it."
Yeah.
And so I did part of the trip by myself on the things that I really wanted to do. And then I met up with her and we did another tour. Oh, your earbuds
You
aren't
still hear
working?
me?
Yep.
Can you still hear me? Oh, good. No,
Yeah.
no, they're new. That's okay. Let's keep going, please. So your friend decided, okay, I'm going to join your trip. You did most of what you wanted to do, but then you also added some things to the
Yeah,
itinerary.
I had a couple of things that she wanted to do, which was fine with me. I'm all about I love Italy, as you know. And so I could go I could go every month and, find something new because you could go every day to Italy and do a different part and never learn it all. There's so much there.
Yeah.
But I seem to go back to the same pieces. Like this year, I was telling you I'm turning 70 and I thought, okay, I have to do something really special for that. That's kind of a big number and a big birthday. Venice is still my favorite place. I don't think I'd want to live there, but it's my very favorite place to visit
Yeah.
so far.
It kind of reminds me when I turned 65 in January last year, because I'm
Uh-huh.
60 now, I kind of did the same thing. I thought, you know what? I want to celebrate it. So I did book. First, I booked the cruise. It was a
Right.
Mediterranean cruise. And then because the cruise happened to be leaving from Bilbao, which is part of the Del Norte in Spain, and
Okay.
because I had wanted to walk one of the Caminos, I decided I got to do the Camino, right? So, and that was part of how I celebrated my 65th. So I can see why there are certain milestones we just have to celebrate it. We have to.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that's how last year, or that's how this trip coming up now in March is. Uh, I'm going to Venice. I'm going with a friend because I wanted her to celebrate my birthday with me. And so we're going to Venice for about 2 weeks now. We're going to take a little detour to Cortona in Tuscany because it's one of my other favorite little places. And I've only seen it once, and I wanted to show my friend Betty. So we're going to go there for just a couple of nights, and then we'll take the train down to Rome and spend a week there.
Well, you could spend, yeah, lots of time in Rome, so many things to
I
see.
know, and I've been to Rome now. This will be my third time. So, but
Do you have
she's
favorite
never been.
places in Rome? Oh, that's great. Then you'll be able to show her your
So
favorite.
I'm going to show her a couple of the tours. She wanted to see the Vatican. I've seen the Vatican, but I don't mind going back. I love the Vatican area too. Just the little town of the Vatican is so cool to walk around in.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
anyway, so we're going on that. And I think that's all I booked in Rome. I like to just wander. I don't like to have everything scheduled. So
Yeah.
tours don't really work for me.
Yeah, tours work for certain people. I'll keep this
Yeah,
brief. I was talking to my son, and he doesn't like the type of traveling that I do,
okay.
that you do. He prefers a tour. He finds it kind of
Yeah,
overwhelming when he doesn't really know where to go. So
yeah.
he's the type that prefers a tour, and some of us do, and some of us don't. And
Exactly. There are different styles, and I've learned now as a travel agent to ask people, what kind of traveler are you? What do you want everything done for you? Like my friend Betty hates doing all the piecemeal stuff that I'm doing now for our trip.
right.
She hates that piece. She just want to kind of wants to step in and have it all planned for her. And I said, well, that's fine, but I need your input because, I know what I want and I can easily my own trip, but I want to take her interests in account too and
Yeah.
all
And
that.
you bring up a good point because, a lot of us haven't really thought about, like, we've thought of Italy, maybe Venice, but we haven't really thought about the specifics of where and the what we want to do because there's a lot and we don't know what's available,
Exactly.
right?
Yes. I'm reading these fascinating books on Kindle Unlimited. In
Okay.
fact, I've been keeping them on Kindle Unlimited for I don't know how many months I've had them on there now. But I'm taking them to Italy with me. So they're all about Italy. So they're called Glam Italia,
Glam
100
Italia. Okay.
Glam Italia, 101 fabulous things you can do in Italy. And then she has one for Rome, Venice, and Florence. And I'm going to all those places. Um, so she talks about all the things that are not the tourist sites, all
Oh,
the, you know, things
yeah.
you have to see, places you need to go that aren't on in the tourist guides.
And I think that's a great idea. That's a good resource too. Thanks for sharing that because, I
Yeah,
do remember when I went to like the very first Mediterranean cruise that I took, I stayed in Rome for a couple of days, then the cruise left from Rome. So I spent a bit, and I remember going on the hop on, hop off bus.
I've not
But
done
it
that
was
yet.
packed. I mean, it was great, but it was packed like crazy, right?
Yeah,
Florence was packed like crazy when I remember the cruise. So all these touristy areas, they're nice, but I'm sure there's a lot.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is crazy. And we're going to be there in Rome during Easter, which is going to be crazy.
Oh,
So this was her idea, not mine. I was trying to do it before we went to Venice and, but she wanted to spend Easter. And I said, okay, let's not do Easter, the Vatican during Easter. That would be
oh,
really crazy. So we're not. But yeah, so we're gonna have to find some quiet corners of Rome while all the tourists are there.
so tell me a little bit about this new, I want to say new business for you, if I may
It
add that,
is,
new
yeah,
aspect of your business, because I know we met each other. Oh, by the way, just so that people know, we met each other through a coaching program. So
exactly.
we're both coaches, but
Right.
yet we have different interests too. So tell me more about your latest interest.
Well, I don't know if there's a whole lot to tell yet, but so one of the as a coach, I was doing those mini summits over
Yes,
time.
yes.
And one of the speakers I had had on a few years ago knew how much I love to travel. So she's reached out to me a couple times because she had joined another travel business, I guess. And I looked at it and I thought, it wasn't really me because they did a lot of group trips, and that's not me. That's not the kind of travel I like to do.
Okay.
So then she came up with this other one, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, this is what I want to do.
Oh,
Because it's a host agency, so I'm an independent uh, travel agent with them. So I work under their license, their insurance and everything. So I don't need to do all that. It's not real expensive to get into. And then you pay a monthly fee to have access to all the travel
right.
partners and I have a website where people can go in and do their own search engine stuff, get the same discounts I would.
That's wonderful.
And then I get a commission on
That's even
anything.
better.
Right. And then I have a page that if anybody else is interested in the business of being a travel agent, they can go there, find out all the benefits, the costs, everything, and then just let me know.
Yeah, what a
And
great idea.
it's just in doing, and I've only had one big client so far, but it didn't take me that long to book them a tour in Ireland, Scotland, and UK.
Good for
And we
you.
got the flights were included. There were some things I had to call the agency or the travel partner and tweak because she wanted something a little more than what was offered. But I got it for her, and my commission was, like almost $900 for that.
Woo!
I know. And I thought, oh, this is way more lucrative than the coaching had been. And then just this tour or this trip that I'm doing with my friend Betty, and then I'm going to Germany after Italy to
Right, right.
spend with my cousin. I have a cousin who's lived in Germany since the mid 70s. So she's fluent in German and she can show me around Germany. I've never been.
Cool.
So just booking Italy, because I haven't done much with Germany yet. I saved us hundreds of dollars on the Airbnbs I get because I went through the travel agent site, the Expedia travel agent site. I got like 15% off of the Airbnbs.
Yeah, so it pays. I mean, it's
It
worth it.
does,
Sure.
yes. Plus, I have another site for flights. And I mean, I have a few of them, but this one just gives discounts. I can build in a commission for our trip. I didn't. Um, but bigger discounts and, most people can get just going to Expedia or wherever.
I'm just gonna keep this part brief too, because what you're doing is you're learning a new profession.
I am, but
And
one
this
that
is,
I love.
yeah, well, I
Yeah,
think that's key, right? And I just want to
it
say,
is.
we're never too old really to learn anything new. You're going to
No,
be 70, I'm 66. Hey man, like,
right.
can we say anything else?
I know. I know. Yes.
Really?
I know. I worried about that at some point, and I'm thinking, why would I think I'm too old? My mom died a few years ago now, and she was 98. And it's like, wow, I've got, a good 20 years at least.
Right.
So I'm going to do all my international traveling now, and then any other more locally, you know, travels I want to do, I'll wait until I'm older.
Yeah. No, no. Well, and whatever age that is, right? Like I don't
Yeah,
consider myself old. This is kind of what and I don't consider myself old. I think I'll be old when I pass. That's when I'm old.
exactly. Yes.
Because
But
there's
it's
the
the
possibility.
mindset a lot of women over 50 have.
Yeah,
Is I'm
absolutely.
too old to do something different. But a lot of the coaching calls or networking meetings I'm in now for the coaching, I mean, most of the people are over 50.
Oh, I bet you for sure.
Very few people on these calls are, in their 30s or 40s.
I know. So
So,
let's get back to a little bit of
okay. Yeah,
the traveling, just a little bit of it. Um, so you want to add, you're adding traveling to your repertoire of offers to the public, to your friends, family, and so on.
right.
What do you think you'll do with that business as you grow? Where do you see yourself? Because the possibilities are really endless. You know what I
They
mean? Like,
they really are. And
yeah.
I can see that at some point it's either going to be I'm going to be doing half coaching, half travel, because really the travel doesn't take a lot of time.
Mhm.
As long as people kind of come to me and know what they're looking for, or at least, where they want to go, then by then I'll know my travel partners a lot easier. And there's so many different opportunities. And because, we love to travel so much, it doesn't feel like work while I'm doing it, or because I love to plan my own trips. So it's
Yeah.
a little bit different to do it for somebody else.
Yeah.
I
And
found.
I think I shared with you my new adventure, and I won't talk a lot about it, but what I do enjoy about it is that I'm able to help somebody else dream, right?
Exactly.
To
Yes.
dream and to make it happen, especially when it comes to traveling, you know?
Yes. Yes. Now
So
I'm
many,
trying to figure out how to tie in my coaching business with the transformational
yeah,
money and the travel, and I'm not quite sure how to do that.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
creativity, I guess, but I'm sure you'll figure it out because it's
I
beautiful.
will, or I'll just keep them very
Yeah,
separate businesses, which is
yeah,
fine too. Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
okay, this year it's Italy and Germany. What about next year, the next few years? Are you
Last year, I just want to bring out because I did do a cruise, my one and only
Oh, you did.
river cruise. Yes.
Mm.
A friend of mine who lives in California has been bugging me for years to go on a river cruise. I have always said, I don't like cruises. I don't want to go on cruises, but I had never actually done one. And
Yeah.
so when she kept kind of bugging me, I thought, and this is a very boutique kind of cruise ship. So it was rather expensive, but everything was covered. I didn't have to think about, some of the less expensive cruise lines, it's such a baseline amount, but then you have to add on and add on.
Yes, right.
And
That's
so when you pay, up front, but then you don't have to pay for anything else.
I've heard that with river
Yeah.
cruises. Mhm.
Yeah. So we went to, it was called Tulips and Windmills. So we went to Belgium and the Netherlands
Oh,
in April because that's when the tulips are really blooming.
oh, must have been beautiful.
It was, but it was cold and rainy. But so my friend opted not to go on a lot of the excursions. So I thought, yeah, kind of flying solo here, but so which was fine. Because I can travel alone. That doesn't bother me. And
Yeah,
I get to know other people on our cruise
right.
um, by going by myself too. So yeah, it was gorgeous. And there are a couple places I'd want to go back to
So I
on
shared
my own.
yes, I shared that I had booked a Mediterranean cruise and then I did the walk, but on that cruise, I also went to Amsterdam and Belgium
Okay,
and
yeah,
went on one of these day trips, excursions, and
okay.
learned a lot about those windmills that I had no idea. Wasn't that interesting? Did you
We
learn?
even got to go in one and see where people lived in the windmill.
Geez.
I mean, it's smaller than a tiny home, but yeah. And some of this one we went into, it was tiny, and they have 5 kids. 5 kids. Can you imagine
Living in
7
a windmill.
people? Yes. Uh, but anyway, so yeah, but the place I'd want to go back to is Bruges. Did you get to go there at all?
Bruges, yes. In Belgium.
Yes,
Yes,
I
yes, yes.
definitely want to go back when I'd have more time. I mean, that and Ghent would be the two because they're close to each other. I would definitely want to go back to and just do those two.
Yes, I went to Bruges. Actually, I can't remember if it was before Amsterdam or not, but I did a bicycle tour excursion. On my
Okay,
cruises, I either did a walking bit because I
right.
enjoy or a cycling one, and with the Rouge one, it was a cycling one, and it was
Yeah, that was big there.
country, and it was really
Yeah.
nice. And of course, we stopped for beer because our tour guide loved beer.
Oh. I'm more of a wine drinker myself.
Well, I didn't know that in Belgium they really love their beer. I mean, I didn't know that.
Yes, I didn't know that. I had it. Well, actually, when I did my research, because I always do my research, I knew that they were really into beer. But I thought, that's okay. I won't hold that against them.
Well, the
Because
beer I tried was actually good. It was, and I wish I could remember the name of it, but it didn't taste like beer. It tasted more like a wine, but it was a red type of beer.
okay,
Wine. It wasn't a wine, but yeah, it was actually,
interesting. Yeah,
you know.
yeah. So it doesn't taste like beer. Yeah.
But you want to go back there, or you'd want to explore that
I
place.
do. I definitely do. Yes. And I want to go with somebody who will pig out on chocolate with me because
Oh,
Rouge like had chocolate shops just lined up throughout the whole town. And the friend I was with was so concerned about the fat content. And I said, oh, shut up. We're in Bruges
just,
with chocolate.
just eat chocolate.
Diet when you get home, for God's sakes. This
No
is
kidding.
fun. And this is part of the experience of being there. So, yeah, in our rooms, we had tons of chocolate.
Really? Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Mm.
And I like dark chocolate. I don't like white chocolate, which is an American thing, I think. A friend of mine said she was in Belgium one time and asked about white chocolate, and the guy just glared at her and rolled his eyes, and he said, "That's not a thing." He said, "That's an American thing. We do not recognize white chocolate as chocolate." And so, and I don't like white chocolate anyway, it's too sweet, but
Yeah, really, that's true. It's very
yeah,
like it either.
yeah. So
Oh,
I
so
just
they
ate all the
chocolate in
dark
your
chocolate
rooms.
out of my little basket. Yeah,
Wow, like that idea. Hmm.
yeah, yeah. It's very tasty. Very tasty.
What can you pair that chocolate with? Or what did you pair that chocolate with? Or did you?
Nothing. No, no, I did. I was very, I was very good. I didn't do that, but yeah, but I probably had one or two every day.
Well, why?
Um,
And
yeah,
pourquoi pas? Por qué no? I'm learning Spanish. Por qué no? And why not?
exactly, exactly. Yeah, I mean, when you're in Belgium, you should be eating chocolate.
Exactly. All right. Listen, our time is almost
Oh,
up.
okay.
Is there anything you want to kind of say before we end our call? Anything at all, really?
I just, no, I think for the people in your audience who are into travel, if they are interested in finding out more about becoming a travel agent, um, reach out to me. I can, tell them
I'll
what I
add the link.
offer.
Okay. I'll add the link
Okay,
for you because you're in United States, so it's great. I'll just add the link
okay,
for sure.
okay. Yeah, or if they're interested in using my website to just book their own travel and get some discounts, that's so very doable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will add the link for sure in our video. Not a problem. Okay, great. Well, it's been a pleasure.
Yes, it's great to
Pleasure.
see you again. It's been a while.
I know, and I'm
Yeah.
really glad that we were able to connect. So thanks again. Appreciate it.
Okay.